When television first came to Australia in 1956, it was revolutionary for family and domestic life. According to Livingstone's research in 2009, the quintessential image of the television audience is of the family viewing at home, children and parents sitting together comfortably in front of the lively set. Research conducted by Annals and Spigel from the 1950s onwards, when free-to-air television reached the mass market in many Western countries, showed a collective coming together of the family around the set, with domestic living space being rearranged to create the family room or television room, and the domestic timetable being adjusted to fit the television schedule. Television defined domestic time and space. But does the TV still bring families together? Just how much has the domestic space in which the television is viewed changed since the 1950s? I caught up with some families to chat to them about televisions in their homes. I first caught up with Jeff, who lives in an open-plan apartment in the centre of Wollongong.
Yeah, so we got a couple of TVs in the house. The main one's in the living room, and we've got a couple more, probably one in each bedroom. The main TV we put in the living room because that's where we are most of the time. That's where the lounges are. It's also where the kitchen is, so we can watch TV while we're making dinner. It's also near the table, so we can do a bit of work, or my housemate can do some uni work and have the TV going in the background. The TV's where it is, so that we can do all sorts of things and be able to see it at the same time. Yeah, so this is the TV here. It's just opposite the kitchen over there. We've kind of based the room around that. It's funny, the aerial port for the TV is not here, it's actually over there. And so we had to run a long cable all the way around just to get to the TV.
So you would say you've sort of based all your furniture and your sort of living room choices around where the TV can be?
Yeah, I guess you could say we picked where we wanted the TV first, and then we planned the room around that.
Our next family lives in a traditional suburban home with a distinct living room.
My name's Jenny. I have my husband living here and my 21-year-old son. Okay, we have one in the lounge room here. My husband and I have one in the bedroom. My son has one in his room, and there's one downstairs in another area that we use like a living area. So at meal times, and I'm ashamed to say this, but the family just comes in the lounge room and we sit with our meals on our laps while the television's going. There's very little interaction between us as a family group. We tend to eat and look at the TV, which is very different to when I was growing up and the whole family ate around the dining table and chatted for, probably up to half an hour or so after a meal. And then we would all move into the lounge room together to watch a specific show.
According to Flishy and Livingstone, the television began its career in Australia in the main collective family space of the living room. But as prices fall and multiplication and mobility of goods becomes feasible, the television has moved into more and more individualised, personalised and for children unsupervised spaces, particularly the bedroom, but also the study, playroom and kitchen, thereby spreading both spatially and temporally, from defined and prioritised spaces and times to casual use throughout the home and throughout the day.
As my son got older, he wanted to watch things that we didn't want to watch, and so he got one in his room. We had one in another room downstairs, really for the same reason. I originally had 4 sons living at home, and they like to watch things that we didn't particularly engage with. And my husband and I had one in the bedroom, I suppose just to watch a movie before we fall asleep at night. So I'll come home from doing something in the morning, and when I come upstairs I automatically come in, turn the TV on, and then I'll go off and use the bathroom, I'll go and get some lunch. It's just the house doesn't feel alive and welcoming unless the TV's going, even though I'm often not in the room.
Well, there is no doubt about it. Television still largely defines domestic living spaces. However, our research has shown a definite trend towards television being less defined by time and used far more casually in a variety of spaces within the home. Instead of showing a collective coming together, television is moving towards families, as Flitchy puts it, living together separately. It will be interesting to see how the traditional television set will influence domestic time and space in the future.